Hello there everyone. This is my 1963 RCA console that I featured a video of when I purchased it back in December, I believe it was. And I had mentioned I had a few other consoles that I collect and restore, like to bring them back to life. I believe I have around 16 at last count. These are just ones I pick up pretty cheap, some working, some not working. And I thought I would show you a quick video of my collection real quick. And I will feature some videos on these when I finish restoring them. My latest one, I believe, is this Magnavox All2 Magnavox Magnificent in the French Provincial cabinet, which I really wanted. And I do like the style of this. It has a hum, but so it does need some work. I need to clean up the has the Imperial record changer by Colero. It does feature the Magnavox Magnificent, which I believe was mostly top of the line. It does have the separate 9300, I believe, model tube amp with push-pull 6BQ5s. I can hear the radio playing through the hum, but I didn't want to play it any further. This had a, even with that hum, it has a fantastic deep sound, so I cannot wait to restore this one. Such a pretty piece of furniture. Also, one of my favorites is this 1960 Telefunken. Very nice. I actually purchased this on my birthday. I was coming back through town and stopped at a flea market area that I've never been to before, and they had this sitting in there. This one does work. It is a stereo, all tube of course. One of the channels is out, so I have to play it in mono mode until I can fix that. It does have a separate compartment here has a slide out drawer and a light in there. If you can see the light in the back there, it's actually on the side. I would like to find a Telefunken reel-to-reel to put in that slide out drawer. And of course over here on this side is some more storage and the slide out record player, which does work. Got a new cartridge and needle for that, clean that up. Now, this one sounds really nice, so I will fix that. I believe it's the right channel on stereo mode does not work, so I will. I haven't even tried to look at it yet. I have so many, but that's got a pretty cabinet. That's definitely one of my favorite consoles there. Real quick over here, you'll see some speakers there in the corners, as well as a TEAC reel-to-reel. There's some of my records. Those are Empire Octagon speakers. Guy dropped those to like $25, and I grabbed them. They got very heavy marble tops, and they sound really good. I was really surprised how nice they sounded. And those are hooked up to this stereo setup here. This is one of 3 setups I have just in the living room. Yes, I know, I'm very addicted. This features a vintage Kenwood, some Polk audio speakers, a very nice Sharp Autonica cassette deck that I rebuilt and restored. Actually found this Denon, don't know if you can see it or not. Let me turn some light on here. There we go. Found this Denon tape deck. I believe it's about a 1991 if I remember correctly. Found it at a flea market in the box with the original receipt. They purchased it new and never used it, so it was NOS. The only thing I had to do was clean it and lubricate it a little bit, and it plays and works flawless. And that's a Harmony Kardon CD burner, and a nice Kenwood turntable. This is my main setup because I have my famous, love this 300B tube amp. Sounds very nice. And I'm using a vintage Pioneer SX850 as my preamp. TEAC reel-to-reel. My brother found that for me at an auction. $25. Rebuilt that, new belts, clean, demagnetized the heads. Love the reel-to-reel, sounds great. Scott speakers. Those blew me away. A guy gave these to me. Had them for sale on Craigslist, and Said he didn't want anything for him, just wanted someone to enjoy them. So he met my wife and gave them to me. And they are fantastic, fantastic warm sound. I was shocked. And these monsters down here, when I first saw them, I was hoping they were like Macintosh. I have seen some Macintosh speakers look like this. Don't know if anybody's guessing right now, but these are Fishers. 1972 XP16 is the model number. Has two 12-inch woofers. Very warm, deep sound. These are the surrounds are bad on them. I have to replace the surrounds, and I take the grills off when I play them because they're very muffled. In this condition, that grill cloth is very thick. So when I pull off the cover there, the sound is very bright, very clear. So right now, until I repair those surrounds, I'm using a pair of realistic Mach 1s with the horns. I listen to a lot of big band and jazz, you know, 50s and 60s, very good recording stuff, and these really bring that to life. But anyways, let's see, another console, that's a Sony reel-to-reel. Guy was moving, and actually his neighbor was moving, and he asked him to look at the house for him while they were selling it. Found this in the basement and gave it to me. And actually he gave me that and that Optonica, which I completely restored. And the Sony I had to restore too. So that is completely working and sounds fantastic. This here, very weird story on this. This is an RCA. I want to say it's about a 63 or 4, very similar to that RCA over there as far as the year. This one here was actually a little more top of the line. I'm not crazy about the cabinet color, it's more of a maple. But I found this at an antique store I go to, and they wanted $200 for it, and one of the channels did not work, so I passed on it. And then about 2 weeks later it disappeared, and that was last summer, so that's been about 8 months now. About 2 months ago I went back to the same place, and this was sitting in back of a truck. And I asked the guy, is that the same one that was here last summer? He said yes, he had to empty out his booth. So it never sold, which I thought it did. Well, I knew what he was asking back then, so I played innocent, and I said, well, how much do you want for it now? He said, well, I was asking $75. He said, I need to get rid of it. If you want it today, $25. So I bought it. Well, I couldn't get it home, so he delivered it for another $25. And when he delivered it, he handed me a 6BQ5, or EL84, if you're overseas, tube, and said, you know, the other channel does not work, this might be the reason. Well, sure enough, I took the back off, and an EL84 tube was missing, and he handed me the genuine 1963 day-coded EL84. I popped it in, both channels work crystal clear. Well, I shouldn't say crystal clear, I had to clean the pots and all. This one really needs a full restoration. I haven't gotten around to it yet. It's going to get a recap. I know Turkey Doodles, you always tell me about that, and I do the recapping, so this is going to get it. I did a light cleaning here on the amp. I'll turn it on while I'm talking. The tuning eye all works, the lights all work. This needs to be, you know, I usually pull this off, polish the glass from the inside, which I will do, you know, when I get a chance. The record player worked, but it was slow, and let me turn it down. It was slow and made some noise. I did pull out the turntable and completely polish it, clean it, lubricate it, the whole 9 yards, so that's good to go. But I will recap this. Of course, this is just like my other one. Has the tube amp on the bottom, totally separate with 6BQ5, so I'm going to go through it, but right now it sounds and works great with no hum whatsoever. Once I turn these on, I don't like to turn them back off. I like to let them warm up, and I use them quite a bit, so I'm going to leave this one on. And I'm running out of time, so I will show you a few more of my consoles, then we'll go into my garage, and I will show you those. And I'll just call that part 2. Thanks for watching.